Almost 2 weeks after Homeland Security raided the Hyundai megasite in Bryan County, South Korea is opening up a probe into potential human rights violations against its citizens.
Well, around 300 South Korean nationals were caught up in the raid, detained, and ultimately repatriated. WTOC Shay Schrader's been following the story and joins us now live in the studio.
And Shay, you sat down with the leader of the Joint Development Authority, which helped to bring Hyundai here in the first place. What is he saying about this situation?
Yeah, so I spoke to Tripp Tollison, who is the CEO of the Savannah Economic Development Authority, about how the raid on the plant is turning into an international incident. But it's the people on the ground here in Georgia that brought Hyundai here over 3 years ago, offering over $1 billion in tax breaks in exchange for the creation of over 8,000 permanent jobs in Georgia by 2031. In my conversation with Tollison, we talked about all of this, him saying that the fallout should not get in the way of the path forward.
Way forward is to get workers back, the ones that can get back and finish the job they started, because we got to get the project back on schedule.
Tripp Tollison, the CEO of the Savannah Economic Development Authority, says he found out about the ICE raid at the same time everyone else did, when it made headlines. The search warrant that allowed the raid to happen said that Homeland Security was looking for 4 people. Federal agents ended up arresting 475 people they say were undocumented or working illegally. How in the world does this search warrant match the law enforcement activity that was on site? So a lot of questions began to bubble up. Around 300 South Korean nationals were detained in the raid. Tollison says they were here doing specialized jobs that couldn't be done by anyone else. Something Tollison told WTOC in 2023 was a possibility. These folks that are here that got detained are not here taking away American jobs. They're here for a certain purpose. They went back to Korea. We hope they can get back so they can finish the job they started and then train the Americans how to use the equipment. Less than a week after the raid, the Trump administration offered to keep the South Korean workers here to complete construction on the plant. All but one of the workers opted to return home. Without those workers, construction on the HLGA battery site is still halted, and the opening date of the plant has been pushed to 2026. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau writing on social media over the weekend, the U.S. will ensure South Korean workers have proper visas moving forward. That shows me that we have a very flawed system and it needs to be fixed as soon as possible. I also talked to Tollison about the roughly 175 non-South Korean workers that were detained and about the fact that this is the second CETA-involved project in 18 months that's been under investigation by the federal government. To see that story and my full interview with Tollison, head over to WTOC.com. Shay Schrader, WTOC News.